welcome along to episode 38 of Soulforged. And I swear to you, I fixed the art. Where did it go?
Nice.
No, I did. I really did. There we. It's just.
Maybe I should ask my artist if she could give Luca a nice business bob.
There we go. Cool. Today I have playing with me Alora.
Hi, I'm Alora. I'm playing Karina.
I have Josh.
Hi, I'm Josh. I will play alone. Hi, I am Josh, and I will be playing Luca, Wix, and Vera.
I have Jay.
Hi, I'm Jay, and I'm playing Kai.
I have Jamel.
Hey guys, Jamal here. I'm playing Galthak. Galthak's Stonebreaker.
And I have Michaela.
Hi, I'm Michaela. I am playing Winona.
Oh, you really need to follow that with a Winona Barrelite.
No, I was gonna play it straight.
Bear with me while I also fix everything else that was fixed before the stream, and then I rebooted my Streamlabs and it all broke. Cool. When we left off last session, the dead had risen from the lake that you were in. It was a constant scene of rising zombies, and although you wiped the floor with them and got rid of them all and smote them down, it wasn't long before you saw their bones begin to stir. And as their bones began to stir, shambling towards you, little bits of troll, of giant, of icy zombie. And just beneath the icy water, you see a single blue skinned sort of large giant, his hand raised in that gesture you saw before. Either side of him are two candles lit beneath the ice, and as his hand is raised towards the various zombies and bodies, the corpses get up and begin to rise towards you again, and you realize that there seems to be an eternal stream of undead coming towards you. The path towards the mountains in the north is still free. I would suggest you make your way in that direction. So just a reminder, this is the general terrain. This is the lake that you're upon. This ice is all frozen. Oh, hello, dude. Get out of here. Yeah. The terrain is all like this, but this is frozen, right? So, like all this water is walkable on. And it is behind you beneath the ice. The candles are lit. Josh, are you okay? Do you need a minute?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you.
Are you sure? Very good. Yeah. At this point, it is suggested that you begin to run towards the north. And indeed, as you start to run towards the north, you see left on the ice a single jar, a glass jar, that looks very out of place. Sort of over here somewhere. Approximately 4 inches tall.
Oh, great.
Spied about 60 feet away from you. Okay. As you do so, you do recognize this. You've seen this before. It is a jar of honey. Yeah. An odd sort of writing on it. Laura, you might need to express that in more than one syllable.
It's our golden friend.
I had a feeling. Well, what do we do? Eat this? I don't remember.
As you scoop it up and keep running, you see a single arm waving from behind a rock, just gesturing. It wears white linen, but the hand seems black.
Sorry, the jar of honey's clenched by a black hand.
No. Winona ran past, scooped up the honey. Winona's hand may be black, but it's not relevant to this part of the story. Further on down the line, 60 feet away from you in front, you see a single arm reaching out from behind a rock, waving you towards it. The hand is wreathed in white linen, but the hand itself is black.
Oh, let's approach. I'm
Okay.
approaching.
Okay, so you keep on running in that direction, and as you
Flying.
the hand sort of disappears. Yes, you are flying, and you notice that the person was ducked just under a rock. About 80 or 90 feet down this path, you see another single jar of honey in the middle of the road.
This is not indicating.
You do get the impression that you are being led.
A trail of honey jars. Okay.
Are we in the 100-acre wood?
No.
by any chance?
We're being chased by heffalumps and woozles.
Yeah.
Please don't tell me we're about to stumble into a Hansel and Gretel situation.
It's unlikely.
Follow the trail.
Yes.
Okay. You follow the trail, and you do come across 2 more jars of honey. And finally, standing sort of on a rocky outcrop, you see what appears to be an entirely black man, sheathed in white, wearing white linen, waving at you with 2 hands, sort of at the top of the hill. I know my green screen makes this look very odd, but he's just sort of standing on the hill. You get the impression of what he's doing. He's not doing the YMCA. Yeah.
Fly on over.
Okay, and as you reach sort of just about the top of the hill, you will see that there is sort of 2 ridges that, with a small gap, about 5 feet gap, and the gap goes all the way down, and there is a little bit of smoke coming out the ground. And in a strange accent, the man says to you, "Come quick, the dead cannot cross."
Okay.
Is that a strange accent?
It is strange. It is odd to you.
Okay. I believe you.
Okay.
Where do you hail from, good sir?
'Tis not the time for talk. We can do
Let's
that.
Talk
We
about
can.
this later.
We can do that at my home. Please come.
My bad.
And he takes a step across the strange sort of smoke rising situation. And he gestures down towards a cottage. A single cottage. It is a tiny wooden shack on the edge of an icy lake down the hill from you.
Yeah, let's check it out. Is he just wearing
He's wearing what appears to be a white linen long robe.
just his robe?
Kind of like a Greek goddessy sort of style. You know? Like that sort of thing. That's if you imagine that, that's the sort of white robe he's wearing, but without the gold inlay. It's just a plain white linen robe.
The man's not cold in this tundra.
He doesn't appear to be cold in the slightest. He
He's
doesn't appear
already
uncomfortable.
frostbitten head to toe.
No, in fact, this is the best I could do. It's not perfect, but he looks like this. He is.
Oh,
His eyes are almost completely black. There's just a tiny ring of white around them. His hair is black. His skin is completely black. It's not like dark. It's black as it gets. And you'll note that even when he waves his hand to you, his palms are still completely dark black. There is almost sort of darkness underneath his nails. This man is almost his shadow. And,
Wow, he is beautiful.
he waves you down towards his cottage. Please, we have much to discuss.
Do we?
What we do. You have
Okay.
questions? And you seek?
have we met before?
No. Though, I have seen you. And perhaps you have met one of my kind. But not I.
Oh, are you one of the jesters?
I am no
One of
jester.
its race of clowns.
My task is most serious. Please, come with me. And he begins to walk down in front of you towards the cottage.
Alright.
You happily going down?
Yep.
Yes.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. As you get down there, he opens the door, and the warmth that hits you from inside it's like a roaring furnace of heat in comparison to the outside.
Oh, Jesus.
There is a hearth that is got a roaring flame inside it, and sitting by the hearth on a small stone slab is a man that looks simple. His thick lips, protruding tongue, and round eyes tell you that he's sort of not perfectly made, if you would. He seems to be playing with a small pink sugary mouse that he is moving along the stone and back. As he sees you enter in, he sort of gives you a little wave and a really happy smile, and then goes back to playing with the pink sugar cake.
Okay.
I would like to walk over to him actually.
Okay. If you get more than sort of 2 feet, less than 2 feet away from him, he begins to sort of hunch over a little bit, and you will notice he has a hunchback, and his sort of overly thick cheeks, and he looks up at you and, oh.
I would like to. Is he sat down, right?
He's sat on a small stone slab next to the fire.
Yes, but I'll like crouch down.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say, "What you got? What you got there?" I'll point to the mouse. That should
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Uh-oh.
be rude. Is this a plant?
No.
That's a 22.
Okay. It's sort of blast comes into your mind. Get back, it's mine! In this loud voice, and you sort of almost rock back. And he looks up at you, and he just sort of puts his hand around it. It's
Goodness.
almost incredible that power came from that little man, who seems so preoccupied and so happy.
Is it like,
Wow.
is the mouse made out of sugar?
So, do you not know what a sugar mouse is? It's like a...
No.
It's like a... Okay, it's like a candy, Yeah, it's like it's made
Like
of
a
candy,
peep,
basically.
but in mouse form.
Yeah.
It's like Peeps.
I don't know. Let me...
Should be called Squeaks.
Aw, that's so cute.
Okay.
The only candy I've ever seen in mouse form is like white chocolate that's in the shape of a mouse.
Sure, imagine it's that, but they're made of sugar instead.
Okay, so it is made out of sugar.
I mean, they're made...
So it
yes,
is a mouse made out of sugar.
I just said that.
Is that not what I asked?
Yeah, and I said... Yeah, I mean, they're a little much more like this. But
I
it's
feel
just
like
a
it's
pink one.
going crazy.
Yeah, it's made out of sugar. Sorry, I didn't hear you ask that bit.
Okay.
Or if I did, I didn't understand the question. It's a sugar mouse, right? It's a little pink sugar mouse, and he's moving it up and down. It's
Right.
just sweet.
Okay. I would like to trade
Trade what?
the sugar mouse for something.
Oh.
That doesn't... You've
I'm
spoken
asking
as...
him, can I trade
Oh,
something for the sugar mouse with?
make a wisdom save with disadvantage.
Oh my god.
What mercy. It's hunchback. That's a 14.
That is a fail. You are stunned
I
for
will
a
use my
minute.
lucky die
Sure, you can use your lucky die if you wish.
to, at least I would if I had the lucky feat.
Yeah, you don't. Right, cool, that's what I thought. Okay, cool. So you are stunned for a minute, and
Oh dear.
Prokop, you hear again this blast into your mind, sort of, get back, it's mine, you're not having it! And Prokop looks over and, please, do not disturb Thick. He is relaxing.
Did you say his name was Thick?
It is.
Right.
Quite literally, as if he is,
Bless him.
Hey,
you
double
know,
C.
a bit thick or a bit simple. No.
Okay. Gosh, is he
Take-
hiding all that power in the hump?
Come take a seat. I will put on some tea.
I guess I'll just lumber on over and help stunned Luca to his feet and over to the chair to sit down. Join the rest of us.
He looks over and, Thick, would you like some tea? And the little man sort of shakes his head really, really rapidly and sort of looks over at Luca and looks back, and he begins to edge around the edge of the room to get out of the building. And Luca, as you come round, Prokop, who is the black one, he will introduce himself as Prokop, will say, Thick would like to see your dragon, if that is okay. Then perhaps he might share his sugar mouse.
Oh! Oh! Suddenly he wants something out of me. If I wasn't a father of two,
Please, he has
things would be going differently.
he has been through a lot. Excuse his erratic behavior. He has not been treated well.
Well, that doesn't mean he treated the people like
No, it means he
Humble
must
enough.
learn. But learning is a slow process. Perhaps you will help.
Go out. I will go outside to him.
Okay, and he's sort of stood with right back against the wall, and he's just staring in amazement at Vera.
Oh.
I mean, I'd like to try talking to him. I'm afraid I might be mind blasted again. So, I suppose I will, like, gesture to Vero, and Vero will get, like, inches away from him, and will, like, growl, and, like, as his mouth opens, like, there's, like, saliva threads from, like,
Ugh.
tooth to tooth, and, like, from the top of his mouth to the bottom.
Yeah, you feel this almost crushing blast. His voice rocks into your brain. It's like somebody's moved right up to your ear, put their hands up to your ear, and then screamed in your ear, "He's beautiful."
Holy I would like to get a.
You can give me an
piece
Arcana
of
check
pie.
while you're at it.
Oh, okay.
A piece of pie? Is that what you're about to
No.
say? Oh, okay. Disappointed.
That's
I
an
really...
8.
Yeah, you're not quite sure what's going on.
Yeah,
He's
I
definitely
look-
wielding a
I look
magic
like
that
a
is...
wizard.
But he's wielding a magic that's unfamiliar to you. Karina has spoken into your mind before, probably, I think, at some point. Somebody's
do
definitely
that.
spoken... Yes, Winona's definitely spoken into your mind before.
Look,
I think... I don't know. You've probably been on the receiving end of a message before from Karina.
Yes.
Or, not message, sending, sorry. It was nothing like this.
No, it was violating. I will take out a piece of parchment
Mm-hmm.
and quill and ink.
Yep.
Do you know how to write and read?
He shakes his head.
Okay. Yeah, like Luca kind of stands there and he was like, he's trying to rack his brain, like how would he? Go
He
about
reaches up
this?
really slowly and he puts his hand on your shoulder. And then, like, sort of awkwardly pats down your arm and then grabs your hand. You'll note his hands are way smaller than they should be. And quite fat and podgy. And he grabs your hand and he holds it really, really tightly. And then once again blasts into your mind. Pretty dragon!
Gosh, is he gonna, like, grab me and carry me to the top of a tall building?
No, he's just holding your hand as if, like, in friendship. And he's saying to you, pretty dragon.
Okay. I mean, I'm happily married, but I kind of like I'll gently squeeze his hand back, and I'll just like put my like finger to my lips.
He looks to you and he just whispers very quietly, friends?
Friends.
And then he reaches into what appears to be quite a dirty looking pocket and pulls out a pink sugar cake and he offers it to you.
Oh, it's a cake.
The mouse it's a cake that is mouse shaped.
Right.
Look at the
it's
picture in
not made out
Discord.
of sugar.
Look at the picture in Discord. That's what it is.
I swear to God.
Look at the picture in
Every
Discord.
time you
It's
say one
that.
thing, you say something.
Okay, I don't know how to explain to you what a pink sugar mouse is, but it is a type of
Of the
cake. It's like
campaign.
it's
Okay,
just
it's a cake. Great.
Sure.
Thank you. 'Cause
It's a sugar
before you
mouse.
said it was made out of sugar.
it is both.
I
I will
go
buy
and
you
use
one
some
for
shit
Christmas.
that's made of
In
a
the
cake.
meantime, he's offering you one.
Okay. Jesus. The most confusing confectionery ever. I will take said mouse. I will break the mouse in two. And I will
Okay,
eat it.
as soon as you break it in two, he sort of just looks at it and he looks crestfallen.
Oh no.
He just sees you break the mouse and he's just like,
Okay, so I'm gonna eat a half, and then I'm gonna put the other half in, like, so we're holding hands, right? I'm gonna take his hand, and I'm gonna put the other half in his hand, and then I'm gonna gently guide it towards Vero's mouth, for Vero to eat out of his hand.
dead. Like, Mum. And then he just goes whoop, and throws the half a mouse towards Vero's mouth.
Vero, like, because he's so big, right? His mouth, like, not only does it engulf the tiny little mouse cake made out of sugar, but it also, like, engulfs his, like, arm, right?
Well, he did
But
throw
Vero,
it.
like,
But sure.
yeah, I know.
Okay.
But Vero, like, as he closes his mouth, he, like, does it so that he doesn't pierce his skin. It just kind of, like, leaves dribble on his arm as he, like, moves his mouth away.
Tick sort of looks at his arm and then with a gesture he will clean it off with magic.
What happened to your mum?
Dead. Dead. Like the kitten.
Like your kitten?
And then he blasts into your mind and you see an image of a kitten that looks like it's been drowned and it's floating just beneath the water. It's a crystal clear image. He's clearly seen this before.
Oh no, is this like a Lenny situation?
And then you see an image of what appears to be a traveling caravan, a bit like a sort of circus troupe. And you hear a tune that's playing sort of from within one of the carriages. Give me an insight check.
That's a 13.
That's not what I was looking for. Sorry, I was looking for this.
Those are
A 13.
awful rolls.
Yeah,
That's with a
um,
plus 11.
Damn.
You get the impression that this place feels familiar to him, perhaps like home.
So he was traveling around in a circus as like a freak show, I'm assuming.
Maybe.
No? Is that
Maybe
my
you get the impression that whatever happened, he grew up there. Like
Right.
it's his home. Okay.
the circus?
Yeah. Circus
Right.
doesn't necessarily mean freak show. Circus just means circus.
Well, nobody's got a hump.
Sure, but I doubt they paraded around.
Whoa.
He could only be born there if he had a hump. He wasn't a freak before he was born. He grew up at the circus. A circus to you does not
Right.
mean freak show in this world. It just means circus.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, he has a hump. No, that's got nothing to do with this situation right now.
I'm telling you, that's where he stores his power. How long ago did your mum die?
Because so sensitive.
Wow.
Well, you have to be blunt and straightforward with him.
You see him think for a moment,
like-
and it's almost comic when he pokes forward his sort of little tiny tongue out of his wide mouth, and sort of looks like he's struggling for the concept, and then he just says, "Before boat."
Yes. I see.
The amount of anxiety Michaela's cat is giving me right now.
What?
Why?
Like, how is? Oh, is that a cat? Is that like a cat place? It looks like it's a shelf, and she's just might knock things over constantly. Yeah, she's just like winding in between little things. It's like ah.
No, nothing over there to worry about. She will knock something over, I'm sure.
As long as
Yeah.
it's not the Pikachu teddy.
I know.
He
it's safe
squeezes
all
your
the
hand
time.
again, and he just says, "Friends."
Friends.
He pulls you.
The mouse.
He goes to pull you inside. The mouse you snapped in half and
No,
murdered.
his mouse.
Oh,
His
yeah,
mouse.
okay, right.
Murderer. It wasn't alive.
You did to him.
I'm gonna point to his mouth. It's tastes good. It's a cake. You should eat it.
He wiggles it at you.
Okay, is that a
Friend.
cake?
He just goes,
Whenever
I
it
thought it
comes
was
up
made
to
out of
Ash.
sugar.
And then he goes to pull you inside.
Does he eat it?
No, it's his friend.
told
He
him
just told you that. He just told you, friend. And then he waves it
He
around.
told me I was his friend.
Yeah, and then he waved the sugar cake and said, friend.
Yeah, it's me or the mouse.
He'll choose the mouse.
There's two friends.
And then he sort of looks back at Vero, and you see Vero sort of shake back a little bit. And Vero will inform you that the small man is speaking into his mind, and it's really loud.
What did he say?
Friend.
Vero very aggressively growls again.
He smiles and nods his head as if to say, like, yeah, that's good. And then he pulls you inside.
I just say, no, please don't ever do that again. There are limits to how much I can control him. You gotta ask people before you do this, okay?
Like Black Dragon.
What?
Like Black Dragon. The dragon you freed from the ice in the episode that we didn't do, that was like the middle story bit. You know, remember Dutiful had to slay a dragon and instead you set it free? Icefire, he was a big black dragon.
Oh, you know that dragon?
Friend.
I see, yeah. So with them, I ask first.
Big song.
'cause, you know,
Dragon play big song. Music loud.
yes.
Inside.
Yes.
And he hums a little tune.
Why don't we go inside?
He pulls you in, and as he comes in, he points to you and he says to Pilcock, "Friend." In the meantime, Pilcock has been... Wow, let's not make that.
Wow.
In the meantime, Pilcock has been speaking with the rest of you, and he will say to you, sort of, you travelled far. You come for the woman, yes? It is time she dies.
Yes. Wait, what?
You've come for the pale woman.
Right. Yes, that woman.
I can show you the way. Yes, this is right. As it should be. You are guided by another, no? But he does not travel with you. Yet, you are catalyst still. This is so?
Yeah. You'd say so.
You are of a changing time. A big change.
Yeah. We do tend to change things
Yes. Catalyst.
wherever we show up.
Yes. You should drink the tea from far away. Very good. And as you take a mouthful, if you do indeed take a mouthful, you will note that it is very, very pleasant, but sweeter than any tea that you've had in the past. It is both sweet and spicy, like a sort of sugary cinnamon. You do not come prepared. You know not of what you seek, is that right? Very brave, if a little foolish.
We've had a problem being prepared in that no one seems to have any information about this. What can you tell us about the pale lady?
The pale woman is like me. Is like the one of my kind you have met. She sees what is to come. But for her, the perfect ending is nothing. It is destruction. It is the start again of everything that ever was. Everything must fall in her world to be better again. This is not how it should be. In her world, no dragon.
Does she have any weaknesses?
I don't know that she is strong in that way. No, much magic is about her. Instead, she collects magic of others and makes of it her own.
You said she's one of your kind?
One in a generation,
She's Buffy.
but she was a mistake. There were two. One you know, he has called himself Lord Golden. And one she is made. She is not born as she should, she is made.
Is that why she's pale with
No,
the knowledge she must possess?
she is pale like I was once pale, like your Lord Golden was once pale. But we make big change. Her changes are failed changes. You stopped many of them. If her world come true, she is dark.
Which of her changes?
You push back the raiders. You bring the dragons back.
Oh,
In the south, the serpents become egg. Technically, they become cocoon, but you know, we'll leave that as it is. The king in your land is change. Many changes. All hers. All full.
Well, then surely she's seen us coming.
This is likely, yes.
was she the one who brought the undead out from the ice as well?
This is one of the magics she has stolen, yes. But it is not hers. It does not belong to her. Make not that mistake. No magic she has is her own, apart from seeing what is to come and choosing a path.
How do you be someone who can see the future?
That is a problem, yes. But perhaps she has seen her death and you are just here to deliver it? My guess is that she needs you. Otherwise you would not find her. I can show you the way, but that is all. My time of change has finished. I make not changes anymore. This is last vision.
We would appreciate the help.
And you must stay one night and one day first. And be prepared. We will talk of things to come.
Can I speak to you privately?
This is private, is it not?
No.
From who do you wish to keep
Literally
secrets?
the definition of not private.
From
Pardon?
who here do you wish to keep secrets?
It's not about keeping secrets.
I am not a secretive man. Private is not need. You speak here.
That's fine.
You are worried for your friends to hear?
No.
He's gonna give an insight check.
Whoa.
See if he can understand a little bit of. Okay, that's a 22. Give me an idea of why you might want to speak to him in private. Who are you
I
trying
want
to
to talk
keep?
to him about Humphrey.
The zombie?
Thick.
No, no, the zombie. No, about Humpzilla.
Oh,
Thick.
do you mean Thick? For God's sake,
Yeah.
I've given you his name. Like, use it. It's even in the chat right there. Humphrey. That's not confused the shit out of me. That's the wrong campaign.
Yes, thick.
He looks at you and there is nowhere so far we could go that he will not hear.
Well, then in that case, it's just peace of mind for me. Entertain an old fox.
If we go outside, he will still hear.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
It's
He
just for my own
walks
peace of
over to
mind.
Thick and he sort of pats him very gently on the shoulder, and he gives him what looks like a small sort of almost like a miniature scone. He says, "Thick, you stay one moment. Pridkop come back soon. These people nice friends." Thick sort of eyes up each one of you, and then perhaps because she's the smallest, looks the least threatening, Thick turns towards Winona. And sort of reaches out. He breaks his scone in half, and he offers you half. Friend,
He killed the skull.
the scone was not a person.
The mouse is not.
The
a
mouse
person
was to
either,
him.
but-
But Prokop will step outside with you. Your people are strange. What is it I can do?
Did you just say those people are strange?
Your people are strange.
Oh, my people.
He's
Well,
told you
we're
that
weird.
he's told you that Thick can hear you while you're out here, and yet you still wanted to go out. He doesn't understand why. Speak your problems.
What's the story of Vic? He said that his mum died and that he grew up in a traveling circus.
I suspect she died young, like many of his kind do. Perhaps he has not long yet left. She would ask him to use his magic, so that people did not see as his little sister cuts the purse.
His little sister called what?
Cuts purses.
Oh. She had teeth.
Perhaps that is how his family survived. I think the people in the circus were very mean to him after his mother died. And then he was captured on a boat by the raiders and brought here. A magic that the Pale Lady collects. Pale Woman collects. Yet another one. But this could not be so. I found him and I helped him to escape. Too innocent to be so hurt.
You know, after all is said and done, once we beat the Pale Lady, we could take him and you to a more hospitable place.
That is not what happens.
What happens?
When it comes time, your place will be different to mine. I believe to my home of long ago, I will travel slow. You will travel quick. We will be apart. Thick, he stay with me.
Okay.
He has better life to find.
And where is it you'll take him?
To the place that was once my home. We travel slow. Many things to see.
What is the place you call home?
It is far, far to the south. A place of summer. It is a long time since I have been home. A long time.
Well, we could help you get there.
I think you are very kind, but that is not how it happens.
Well, why can't it be?
It is not my place.
You know, nothing's set in stone. The future can always change.
This I know better than you. Many possibilities. But in all of them, we do not travel together. I do not know why. Only that it is. Perhaps I do not survive. Perhaps you do not survive. Perhaps our paths are different. I do not know. But travel together, this is not something that happens. You are a catalyst, but you cannot change the possibilities. Only the path.
I don't think so. We're a pretty capable team. We can make anything happen.
It is this belief that will carry you far, and will probably be your downfall. Come, we have tea to drink.
If you say so, but there's a chicken there that can rewind time. There's no way we lose. We'll just go back.
I hope that is so.
There is no need to hope. Isn't that right? And I'll like shout as I like burst back into the house.
No, time doesn't work like that.
What does she know?
The magics the pale woman steals. Some, they belong to your people. Your people are of Arvenia, is that right? Like your king, the dragon that is carved. This is a magic she uses for her own way. When you travel, you must be wise and be careful. Touch not that you do not understand. And do not try to change that which cannot be changed.
Did everybody hear that? Please tell me that everybody heard that.
Heard what?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Please, say it in your words. Perhaps they are better than mine. Your tongue I speak for only little time.
Don't touch anything, Luca.
Yeah?
That's definitely what he said. Don't touch anything, Luca.
I heard you. Touch.
He looks to you, Luca, and he says, perhaps you will become the one lost in the ice. Perhaps you will be the one that raises the dead. Do not touch that which you don't understand.
Put the special herbal tea down.
It is not your place to wear the crown. Remember this. You cannot save everybody.
Oh, I beg to differ.
And sometimes,
That's
light is not your friend.
okay.
Forgive me. I don't know if I say more, am I bringing the changing time?
Ooh, it could be a self-fulfilling prophecy. You should tell us anyways.
I will think on this. And he goes absolutely silent and just sits there sipping his tea for about an hour. You may ask questions, but he will not respond. And then quite
But if
firmly...
I ask
Hold on.
in his mind telepathically,
You will try and not succeed.
alright.
You make no contact with his brain. It's as if skating over ice. You can't quite get a purchase, you know? As if trying to grip something too slippery. And then suddenly he just puts his cup down very, very solidly on the table. A decision has been made. You will find the water, but you must not trust what you see. She will speak with you. Her words are like honey. Do not let your ears be deceived. But if you do not follow her to the end, you do not get to leave. This is not clear, I know, but this one thinks perhaps it means at first you must cooperate before you do not.
But you told us not to listen to her.
Do not be deceived. That does not mean you should not listen. Only that you should keep your own, how do I say?
Wits about you?
That, but also your people are very good at lying. Yes. They are very good at saying one thing and meaning another. This is something you should do. Be like the actor in the play. You know? The hand that waves while the other one is hiding. Understand you?
Yes. Be deceitful.
Yes. Sometimes this is the way. I worry that you will not make it. I worry that you will. Do not become that you seek to end.
We'll be fine.
Is this so? You must sleep. In the morning, I will give you good food and take you to be. There you will seek your
thank you.
future. We can only hope it is not the end. And he sort of looks down and feels like he starts to cry, and these tiny little tears roll down his cheek.
What's wrong?
All things must end. But I hope you will make the choices that are right. You cannot save everyone. There is pain coming.
You don't need to worry. We'll see you soon.
He gives you a
and
small
everything
smile
will
and looks
be
at you.
fine.
I don't suppose... Do any of you have cheese?
Yes, I have a lovely brie.
I believe
Roll me a deception check!
Who's deceiving?
I totally believe Luca has unexplained.
I believe it.
Okay,
I'm
fine.
a bored.
Oh, great. Okay, cool. He looks at you and... It has been many, many years since I have had cheese. Perhaps we share?
Oh, please. I've also
Your
got
lucky
crackers.
day.
If you give
Take
him
your
the
pick
cheese.
and I'll take out my lazy Susan. With,
He takes the
Got a
tiniest...
bag of full of food.
He just takes the tiniest slice of the cheese and puts it on his tongue, and
He loves it.
this is good. Very good. Come. You must sleep. And
Luca made like a 5-tier cracker and cheese sandwich.
Oh, yum.
he gestures towards the hearth. There is only one bed in this small shack.
Oh, no.
And you can
Oh,
you
that's
can
fine, I can
you
sleep
believe that's for
outside.
Fick. But there is plenty of space in and around the hearth if you also sort of lie down and get some rest. There's a thick rug Alternatively, if you wish to, I don't know, step into an extra dimensional space or something stupid
Yeah,
like that.
there might be my house as well.
I
It's
would
just
love
appeared.
to go to
Great, cool. You do
Karina's
that.
house.
Go to our
I would
house.
appreciate that, yes.
Sleepover.
Karina, when you make this appear, Thick sort of looks at you and me too.
Sure.
Oh.
And he
Kinda
sort of
really
looks at you, and then he sort of shakes his head and me too. And he waves his hand in a slightly similar gesture to the somatic gesture you would have had to make to summon the house.
Has anything happened?
Not yet. No, he's asking me too.
Maybe one day.
Prilkop leans over and he is asking if you have a paper with the magic. Is that the
Not
right word?
on me.
Tick looks decidedly sad. And then he makes a gesture a little way away from your big mansion and casts Leoman's tiny hut, which is his version. Because that's what he's got access to. But you'll notice he doesn't say anything at all. It's this sort of lazy gesture almost, and then poof, it's there. Like, no words. He begins to hum a little bit of a tune. Winona, give me a perception check. With advantage, definitely. This is psionic.
Oh my goodness. Okay. That is a 33.
Okay. As he begins to sort of sit there, you hear these sort of odd notes. These sort of la, da da da,
Oh wow.
da da. It's really odd and disjointed. But then, as you just relax for a moment, you hear that there is an undercurrent that is sort of psionic. It's telepathic, and all the rest of the tune is happening in his mind. You hear the sound of boots across the ground. You'll hear the sound of Karina's spellcasting, the crackling of the hearth, Prilkop's voice, the roar of Vero, or the growl, rather, of Vero that he heard earlier. Built in there somewhere is Luca saying friend. You hear all these different sounds woven into this huge tapestry of music and sound that is like an orchestral piece in his mind, and it is constant. And now you've heard it, it's huge, it's vast. It's no surprise he hasn't got much space for normal speaking. If that's what's going on.
Is this what it's always like for you? I will say that in his mind.
You hear a very gentle voice. You identified as a female voice, perhaps a little older. Say, you have to build the music all the time to shield you from that is outside. The music keeps you safe. Make it always. You hear a little tiny voice say back, yes, Mum. And you begin to hear slightly different sounds happening in what sounds like the wheels of a carriage going round. A slight rocking constantly, a bell ringing in the background, and a mother's voice singing a gentle song. You note that this is the tune that weaves all through all of the other music, the singing of his mother.
Aww. That's good that you are able to still remember her song.
You go to bad place?
Yeah, I think so.
The music is big there. Too big.
Maybe. So you've been to the bad place?
You're taken suddenly, Winona, with like no warning, you're just yoinked into this horrific image. Sort of very suddenly, you hear sort of a harsh voice being sort of yelled at you. There is a woman who demands that you do things that you don't know how to do. You're freezing cold. You're rocking to and forward. You're constantly cold and hungry. You're in an icy dungeon room, sat on the edge of a sort of harsh, iced bed. There's blood on the floor, and a man lies dead in the corner. You're feeling seasick, and yet you're not at sea. You're on land. And his voice shouts at you again and again in a language you don't understand, demanding that you do something you don't know how to do. And then you feel the lash of a whip on your back. And the voice shouts at you again and again. Your face is pushed down into the freezing, icy cold. You can smell a mixture of blood and offal and human waste. And cascading around is this sort of raucous music of shouts and hammers and people crying and sort of slow groaning and the shaking of bars, and you just see a kitten dead floating just beneath the water. Vic looks at you and the music is big there.
I see what you mean.
Cuts out immediately, and you note the little tiny kitten curled up in the center of a bright warm bed. In a carriage that's rocking constantly. The mother song plays again. It's warm, it's peaceful. A woman sings in the background. A little ginger cat curled up at the centre of the bed is asleep. Very much alive.
Ooh.
She's just a kitten, perhaps a day or two old.
I'm seeing that in his mind.
No, you're seeing it in your mind. He's controlling what you're seeing, basically.
Right. Okay.
Sort of very quietly, you hear a girl's voice. It's a little raucous, a little almost growlish. You know it belongs to a very old woman. It just says, "You won't come back, you know. You won't. No one ever does."
Well, there's a first time for everything.
You've got to play the music. The music keeps you safe. You're hearing, he's almost responding to you with memories of different people's voices, different things they've said. And then you just hear a very sad and lonely female voice at the end just say, "I hate boats."
Aww. Can I try to add maybe some of my own music to this? I don't know, something I've heard.
Yeah.
Gosh, I can't think of anything off the top of my head. I don't know, like the sound of my camel huffing. Known as beloved.
Yeah, very much. You can add the sound of Missy huffing. You can perhaps add any other sounds that might feel familiar that fit in. Give me a performance check, but use intelligence.
Oh, that's decent. Performance plus intelligence. That is a 22.
Nice. Oh, that's a low roll. I need a wisdom save from everybody else. That's not Winona, please.
I'm outside.
That's not relevant. Even if you are in the magnificent mansion, Thick is still not a plant.
That's a 22.
Okay. Galthak?
I'm gonna use my Orb of Thrims give.
Can you use it as a reaction?
Yeah, two
Okay.
charges of reactions
Yeah.
gain advantage on wisdom and charisma saving throws. Wisdom save, yes.
Yep. That's pretty
yeah,
good.
that's a save.
So you all begin to hear this music out loud. Vastly out loud. It's as if you just stepped into the middle of an orchestra. You hear the sound of a rocking wagon, the mother song. You hear the sound of a camel huffing, the hearth crackling, Vero growling, Luca saying friend, Prokop saying welcome home. You hear the sound that's almost like a scraping sound that Luca, you will identify with the sound of that little pink mouse being scraped across the stone slab. You will hear the purring of a small ginger kitten. Perhaps the tapping of a hammer from a gnomish mine somewhere. Maybe even a chord or two of a piece of minstrel's work at one point, and through it all this woman's voice. Kai, you got a 12, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You will also see what Winona is currently seeing, which is the inside of this wagon, a large bed, a tiny little kitten curled up upon it, purring. And Kai, with your insight, you will swiftly realize that that kitten is Thick's image of himself. In this image, he is the kitten. And Kai and Winona, you will both hear, how touching. Isn't that sweet? And the kitten lifts up from the bed as a cold hand grabs it and launches it against the wall. And the image just cuts out. The music stops dead. And you're all faced with the image of a woman. I apologize, this is the best art I could get. She's not this sexual, and she doesn't look like Lady Gaga, but it's the best I could do. But you see this absolutely pale white woman. Her fingernails are white, her eyes, she hasn't got blue eyeshadow on.
Legs for days.
It's the best I could do of a frozen pale woman. Like, I just couldn't get anything better. But you will see that what I do like about this image is that the outfit she's wearing is like cold metal on her skin with ice sort of almost growing up alongside it. And you'll see her eyes meet yours. Each one of you. Winona and Kai, not the rest of you. She just says, you've taken something of mine. Bring it back. Little kitten boy is useful.
No, I don't think so.
And then you'll see a second image. And this image is of a golden-skinned man. He is naked. He is chained to the wall. And parts of his skin have been slowly stripped away. Small strips at a time. He screams in agony and begs for death. And then the image stops. And you're tossed out into the normal practice of the world. The rest of you just heard the music surge up for a while and then just stop.
Is Thick okay? How is he reacting right now?
He is curled up unconscious in the corner.
What's that?
Yes, the pale woman is definitely aware of our presence. What was our host's name?
Prilkop.
The black. Yes, I want to ask.
Yeah,
him.
so he has stood outside the hut, sort of leant back against the wall. He is watching out over the misty, sort of icy water in Swampland. As you arrive, yes. Her reach is frightening, is it not?
Very much so. She seemed particularly interested in Thick.
Please, you will not take him, will you?
No, I was making sure that was not the plan.
I shelter him because she has no sight here.
Okay.
Though she can speak into his mind when he opens up too much.
Sorry about that.
It is okay. It is good for him to make other friends.
So, was he, one of her slaves before?
He was in her dungeon, but him she could not control. And what she cannot control, she breaks. He is broken, but In time, he will be better.
Do you understand what he means about the music keeping us safe? Is it like
I suspect this is a simple way to his magic. I think that he sees all magic as music. This is my suspicion. He uses his magic to be safe from her magic. Maybe. My advice to you is the same. Use what magic you have to be quiet. To be small. To be not found until you want to be.
Well, I think that should not be a problem for myself.
You misunderstand. She does not find you in body. She finds you here. Be small here, and perhaps you will be fine.
Okay. I will take that into consideration. Absolutely.
Your name Winona, yes?
Yes.
You are small, but mighty, you know?
Thank you. Thank you for noticing.
He smiles. It is just as easy when you are small as it is when you are big to forget your strength. Be careful.
Well, always.
Much to think of. You must sleep.
Yeah, for sure. I think I will return to the Laura's house
Mm-hmm.
and just kind of, real quick, guys, can we have a quick huddle? Team discussion.
Luca's outside.
Oh, I was just out there. Luca, I'm waving you in.
I heard everything.
That's fine.
I'll go.
Luca was just 5 feet away from our whole conversation.
Yeah, pretty much.
So yeah, I just will, I want to inform, the rest of you very quickly. The pale woman. Did I see Kai in that vision as well?
You felt that Kai's presence was there with you.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, she spoke directly to me, and I think Kai as well.
Presence during that psionic invasion.
Exactly. And Thick has repeated multiple times, use the music. Keep yourself safe from her. I don't really know where I'm going with this, except that maybe if there's anything you all can think of, some ways to shield our minds from invasion or something like that.
I have a trick.
Ooh.
I'll be able to get everyone except one person, so
I'll sit out.
You.
I'll sit out.
Oh,
It's
I was
fine.
gonna sit out.
What is
It's
it
okay.
you're thinking, Kai?
I know of a spell to when someone tries to observe one's minds, they are blank.
Ooh.
They cannot be read through usual means. Their emotions can't be read, nor their thoughts.
I love that. Yeah.
Wait, what am I thinking? No one has to sit out. Galthic's blank as it is, and I'll kind of like elbow him in the, I guess, knee, considering how big he is.
Oh, that's cool. Immune to psychic damage.
Mm-hmm.
This is
put my hand-
awesome.
I pat my hand down on Luca's shoulder. I'm pretty sure you're the one who needs saving more than me at the minute, Mr. Shiny Chaser.
Shiny chaser. What?
You wanted to touch and take all the things.
Do I?
That's what you said. You said, I've got it. Touch all the things.
That sounds fantastic, Kai. I also have non-detection I could cast on myself if someone needs to sit out, you know, I don't mind doing that. But yeah,
I will be the one to sit out here. I can
just...
maintain my mind against
Are you
her
sure?
insidious ways, I'm sure.
How proficient would you say you are?
How strong are those mental defenses?
I can also make
20%.
us a little bit more resistant to certain types of mental
my
invasion.
Goodness, fantastic. This is fantastic. Okay.
But shorter. It's gonna have to be when we're closer.
That's okay. I just wanted to, you know, bring up the possibilities now so we have ideas going forward. This sounds great. Just ping this as well. Everyone's got stuff.
I'm here for moral support.
I'm just realizing how big a
We know.
how big a spanner I'm gonna throw in the works come breakfast.
Oh no, what are you thinking?
It's positive. It's just like I'm just like you guys are gonna be like, oh, we need to change all the things.
Okay.
But
Then
that's
let's
alright.
go to bed real quick. I have a feeling something's gonna happen in the morning.
Let me
No,
get back to what I'm doing because I'm writing a spell scroll.
Oh,
Oh,
Let's sleep on this.
I love that.
Yeah, throughout the night you hear the sound of Thick's mother song, amongst other singing, and Prolkop's voice singing a strange song in a sort of old accent and language that you don't particularly understand. And in the morning,
Does it sound like a happy song?
it sounds a little bit like what we're listening to. So no.
You say that, the music went really quiet. I was like, ah, yes.
I know, I gotta turn this up real quick. Okay, now I hear it.
Sounds a bit like Aragorn.
A little bit, yeah. So, like that. But in a language none of you understand. And in the morning, you wake up feeling very well rested, very relaxed, very clear of mind. Purpose is being revealed to you. And, yeah, in the morning, Prokop will sort of call out to each of you, and the warm scent of cinnamon rolls will drift out through the doorway as a veritable feast is prepared for you on the table. There's a decided lack of cheese. He doesn't have any, as you might have known, nor is there any meat. Nevertheless, everything else is warm pastries and butter and sugar. And yes, you can take a long rest. After that, there is this beautiful feast. Different rolls and sort of slight bits of chocolate and other various things. I will just do that roll. I did literally just ping that to the VT.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I rolled shit. But each of your max hit points will... I mean, 7 out of 20 is not that bad. Each of you will have an increased hit point max by 7. Obviously, curable disease and poison is not relevant. But you become immune to poison and being frightened, and you have wisdom saves with advantage.
Whoa, that's awesome.
Lovely.
Is there... Okay.
This feast is fit for heroes.
I feel heroic.
I'll say with 2 bread rolls in
How does this... Oh,
each
24
hand.
hours. Wow,
Yeah,
awesome.
it'll last you until you die.
Which is any second now.
I was going to say until you win or die, and I was just like, it'll last you till you die. He looks at you, and it is time I show you the way.
I will turn to Thick with the scroll in my hand. There's not quite enough